Welcome back. We have a question here and it reads, express 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x in partial fraction. Solution: we have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x. To work with a denominator, if you look at it here, we have a cubic function here, x to the power 3 minus 4x squared plus 3x. So is there any way we can factorize this? It's possible, because x is common everywhere, right? We have x, we have x, we have x. So we can first try to factorize x out. So that will give me 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over, if x is factored out, we're going to have x into x squared minus 4x plus 3, right? Such that if you should expand this, you're supposed to be able to come back to this. X times x squared is x cubed. Then you have minus x times 4x is 4x squared. Then you have a positive. So x times 3 is 3x. All right. Now, if you look at what we have in the bracket, is a quadratic function. And is it possible that we can also factorize it again? Yeah. So what I will do is, we take the a term, which is just 1, multiply by 3. What will that be? That will be positive 3. And then we bring the sum term, which is minus 4. So now I will ask myself, what two numbers can I multiply to give me positive 3, but if I add them, I will have negative 4? Those two numbers are negative 3 and negative 1, because negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3, but negative 3 minus 1 will give you negative 4. So we can say that we have negative 3x and negative 1x, which can also be expressed as just negative x. All right, so I will take this negative 3x, negative x, and then put it in the place of negative 4x, because negative 3, negative x will give me negative 4. In that case, I'm going to have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into x squared. What do I have as negative 4x is negative 3x negative x, then plus 3. Okay, so this is going to be 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into, we can try to factorize this out, right? So to factorize, we can compare this with this and this with this. So what is common in x squared minus 3x, that is x, right? So that will be x into x minus 3. Then minus, so what is common in x plus 3? There is nothing common, but whatever we have in one of the brackets, we should have it in the other bracket if at all the factorization is correct. So how can we do that? We're going to have minus 1 into x minus 3. Is that correct? Now let's see. Minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times minus 3 will give us positive 3. So you see, this tells you that the factorization is correct. Whenever you have a negative sign, always be careful. So moving on, we'll have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into, since x minus 3 is common, which means x minus 1 can be factored out. So that is going to be x minus 1 then into x minus 3. Okay? So from this point, we can now solve towards obtaining answer for our partial fraction, because all of these are linear individually. So x, x minus 1, x minus 3, they are all linear terms. All right? So that is, we're going to have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into x minus 1 into x minus 3. We can say this is equal to a all over x plus b all over x minus 1 plus c all over x minus 3. Okay? So with this, what are we going to have? We're going to have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into x minus 1, x minus 3. This is equal to a all over x plus b all over x minus 1 plus c all over x minus 3. Then we multiply everything by the denominator that we have here, which is x into x minus 1 into x minus 3. This x into x minus 1 into x minus 3 goes into this, it will cancel out. So we're going to be left with only 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. Let's write that down. 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 is equal to, so if x goes into the whole of this x will cancel this x. So we are only going to be left with x minus 1, x minus 3, and that will be multiplied by a. So we're going to have a into x minus 1, x minus 3, plus, if this x minus 1 goes into the whole of this, the x minus 1 will cancel out. So we are only going to be left with x and x minus 3, which will be multiplied by b. So we're going to have b into x minus 3, plus, if this x minus 3 goes into the whole of this, the x minus 3 will cancel out. So we'll be left with x minus 1, which should be multiplied by c. So that's going to be c into x minus 1. All right? Now, from this point, whenever we have something like this, what we try to do is to make sure that we have the brackets to be 0, so that we can be able to find the constants. All right? We can make this 0 by considering x to be 1, or by considering x to be positive 3. We can make this side 0 by considering x to be 0 or x to be positive 3. We can make this side to be 0 by considering x to be 0 or x to be positive 1. So let x be equal to 1. So let's see what we're going to have with that. That is going to be 2 into 1 squared minus 5 into 1 plus 1 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 into 1 minus 3 plus b into 1 minus 3 plus c into 1 minus 1. So what do we have with that? So 1 square is 1. 1 times 2 will give us 2. Minus 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1. This is equal to, here 1 minus 1 will give you 0. So if you multiply anything by 0, this whole expression is going to be 0. Okay, so we can just forget about it and move on. Then we move on. For this expression here, 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So that is going to be b into 1 multiplied by minus 2. So the expression here is also 0 because 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0 multiplied by any other thing will give us 0. So it means we can just forget about it. So what are we going to have? 2 minus 5 plus 1 is minus 2. So this is going to be equal to 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. So that will be minus 2b. To find b, we divide both sides by minus 2. Therefore, b is equal to positive 1. Okay? And that is the value of b. So, again using 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 is equal to a into x minus 1, x minus 3 plus b into x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1. We can say let x is equal to 3 and see what we can have. So that will be 2 into 3 squared minus 5 into 3 plus 1 is equal to a into 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 3 plus b into 3 into 3 minus 3 plus c into 3 into 3 minus 1. What we're going to have, 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 5 times 3 is 15. Then plus 1. This is equal to, since we have 3 minus 3 is 0, so it means this is going to be 0 automatically. We can forget about it. And since we have 3 minus 3 also as 0, this is going to cancel out. So it's also going to be 0. So it means this is what we have to consider. We're going to have c into 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So that will be 2. So 18 minus 15 plus 1 gives 4. This is equal to 3 times 2 is 6. So that will be 6c. To find c, we divide both sides by 6. Both sides by 6. So therefore, c is equal to 4 over 6. And that is going to be simplified as 2 over 3. Because 2 into 4 is 2 times, into 6 is 3 times. Okay? So using 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 is equal to a into x minus 1 into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1. Now let's try to make x to be 0 so that this will cancel out and this will cancel out. With that, we can be able to find a. So that will be 2 into 0 squared minus 5 into 0 plus 1 is equal to a into 0 minus 1 into 0 minus 3 plus b into 0 into 0 minus 3 plus c into 0 into 0 minus 1. So 2 times 0 squared, that is automatically 0. Minus 5 times 0 is 0. So we are only left with plus 1 here. So it means that is going to be 1 is equal to a into 0 minus 1 is minus 1. 0 minus 3 is minus 3. So because we have 0 here, this will automatically be 0. We can forget it. Now this is going to be 1 is equal to a into minus 1 times minus 3 is going to be positive 3. So that will be 3. So 1 is equal to 3a. To find a, we divide both sides by 3. This will cancel, so it means a is equal to 1 over 3. Okay? So because we already know the values of a, b, and c, we can go back to the expression that we have here. 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into x minus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to a all over x plus b all over x minus 1 plus c all over x minus 3, and we substitute the values of a, b, and c. Okay, so let's do that. That is, we have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x into x minus 1 into x minus 3. This is equal to a over x plus b all over x minus 1 plus c all over x minus 3. So that is going to be, what is a? A is 1 over 3 all over x plus b is 1. That will be 1 all over x minus 1 plus c is 2 over 3, then all over x minus 3. So if I have 1 over 3 all over x, that is the same as 1 over 3 divided by x. So how do we change this? We will say 1 over 3 times 1 over x. And when we do that, we're going to have 1 times 1 is 1 all over 3 times x is 3x. So it means if we simplify this, we're going to have 1 over 3x. All right. Moving on. So that is 1 over 3x plus 1 all over x minus 1 plus, if I have 2 over 3 all over x minus 3, how do we solve that? That is 2 over 3 divided by x minus 3. That is the same as 2 over 3 times 1 all over x minus 3. So that is going to be 2 times 1 is 2 all over 3 into x minus 3. So there is no need to expand this further, okay? So that is, the answer will be 2 all over 3 into x minus 3. And that answers the question, okay? So to finalize, we'll say 2x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x is equal to 1 over 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 plus 2 over 3 into x minus 3 as a partial fraction. That is all for today. Thank you very much for listening to this video. If this is the first time of visiting this channel, please subscribe, like, and share the video.